Yes, no matter where we find ourselves, Watson, you always have the knack of ensuring us a good supper. Yes, excellent, the pie. Might it have been pigeon?
I've often found that you're far more loquacious after a meal than when your stomach is empty.
Ah, the professional interest of the chronicler, eh?
I burn with curiosity to learn of your inquiries, Holmes.
Well, to tell you the truth, Watson... They've been out 3 hours. Started at 6:30. And only now are they back again.
That would suggest a drive
10 or 12 miles. Now, yes, with a map...
But there must be nearly 50 villages within a radius of 12 miles.
Yes, and farmsteads and isolated cottages in proportion, of which any number could be recipients of Dr. Armstrong's visits. And I'm told he drives out every day, sometimes twice.
That is no unusual thing for a doctor in practice, Holmes.
Yes, but Armstrong does not care for general practice. It distracts him from his literary work. Now, why does a lecturer and consultant make these long journeys, since they must be exceedingly irksome to him, and whom does he visit?
Dr. Armstrong's coachman would be the one to ask.
My dear Watson, can you doubt that it was to him I first applied?
Easy now, girl. Easy, I say.
Excuse me. I said excuse me.
Whoa, ever care? Blast ya!
I do beg your pardon, Mr. Hewitt.
Been put down on by them at the inn, have I, Mr. Detective?
Fine mare, Mr. Hewitt.
Good enough for the work.
Yes, a man like Dr. Armstrong would need good carriage horses, I dare say, for all the driving out he has to do.
Now, see here.
And a horse would need those dainty feet on some of the country tracks north of the town.
You can keep that old catchpenny's tin, Mr. London Crusher. Easy, girl, easy. Ooh. Now hook it out of my yard before I set the dog upon you.
Now, Mr. Hewitt, you could have helped me most
You
considerably.
crying Miltonian. You've been asking for this.
I am no policeman, as
Get
you
out
well know.
of my yard. Do you hear me? Hook it.
Neither dog nor man much like the look of my stick, however.
Do you think Dr. Armstrong had prompted this action?
Mr. Berkeley Hewitt has a deep reserve of innate depravity. Some little connection with the disreputable classes, too, from his language. But I would draw your attention most particularly, Watson, to his appearance.
What about his appearance?
A rough-looking Londoner, 50 or thereabouts, with a grizzled beard.
The man who took Staunton from Bentley's hotel.
The coincidence is striking, is it not? Well, I need hardly say that relations are now somewhat strained between myself and Mr. Hewitt. I repaired to the yard of our own inn and observed the belligerent coachman as he drove the brougham round to the door and collected Dr. Armstrong for his daily journey.
Could you not have followed the carriage?
Excellent, Watson. You are scintillating this evening. The idea did cross my mind. I engaged a bicycle from the shop next door and was able to get started before my quarry was quite out of sight.
Splendid.
Unfortunately not.
Hewitt! I say, Hewitt!
Yes, Doctor.
Can you see that damn cyclist still?
I see him, Doctor.
Stop the carriage.
Whoa.
This charade is going to cease. I beg your pardon, sir.
For what, Doctor?
Oh, why, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary to see you at this hour and so far from the town.
I take the air.
You would find it better in the daytime. I fear the road is becoming narrow, sir. It would greatly distress me if my carriage were to impede the passage of your bicycle. Please, pass and go on ahead.
You are too kind, Doctor.
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Your servant, sir.
I kept to the main road for a few miles and then halted to see if the carriage passed. There was no sign of it.
It had turned down a side road.
Evidently. Yes, I'd passed several.
You know, we have no particular reason to connect these journeys of Dr. Armstrong's with Godfrey Staunton's disappearance.
But they must be of the greatest importance, or why should he keep so keen a lookout upon anyone who may follow him? He knows where that young man is. To that I'll swear.
It is not coincidence, then?
I shall not be satisfied until I've made the matter clear, and that I propose to do tomorrow.
Sir, I can assure you that you are wasting your time and Lord Mount James's money in dogging my movements. I have, as you discovered last night, a window in the back of my carriage. If you desire a 20-mile ride which will lead you to the spot from which you started, you have only to follow me again. I can assure you that no amount of spying upon me can in any way help Godfrey Staunton,
To whom the best service you can render is to return at once to London. Yours faithfully, Leslie Armstrong.
The Doctor is an outspoken, honest antagonist. See how he glances up at our window as he steps into his brougham.
Shall I try my luck upon the bicycle this morning?
Yeah, with all respect to your natural acumen, Watson, I do not think you're quite a match for the worthy Doctor. Yeah, this country doesn't lend itself to concealment, you know. It's flat and clean as the palm of your hand.
What may we do, then?
Well, I'm afraid I must leave you to your own devices.
Again?
Yes. I intend to make some independent explorations of my own.
No doubt I will find some sights to amuse me in the time.
Yes, I'm sure you will. I've wired to Overton to let us know of any fresh London developments.
But he will be too busy, Holmes. It is the day of the varsity match.
And I've informed him that Cambridge will have to be without their crack wing three-quarter. Play up the light blues.